For me, it begins in childhood, as it does, I think, for most of my colleagues. All children draw and don't need to be instructed when you put paper and crayons in front of a small child. It's instinctive. But most of us at a certain age get told to stop. When you're 7 or 8 years old, perhaps the drawings are no longer put on the refrigerator by your mother and father, and you're steered towards other things. And that didn't happen for me, so I continued to draw. And I was one of those kids who, again, I suppose there's one at every school, who, if anyone knew anything about me at all, they knew, there's Terry, he's good at drawing cartoon characters. So I started making money selling drawings of Ninja Turtles to other school children. After the Charlie Hebdo attack, there was the question of cartooning and portraying the Prophet Muhammad in cartoons. And I'm part of an organisation that produced a book in the year after the Charlie Hebdo attack, and wanted to talk about that issue and the issues that incident brought to the fore. But very early on, the editors of that book said that they would not welcome cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad or cartoon portrayals of the Prophet Muhammad in that book. And I think that was the right call, simply because in a lot of ways it's actually become a cliche. It's become a way of causing controversy for its own sake rather than making a point. And a good example of that is the competition that was held in Texas, where there was a Let's All Draw the Prophet Muhammad contest, and this was publicly advertised, and for the most part it was amateur, not professional cartoonists that entered. And sure enough, come the day, 2 young men came with assault weapons and were almost immediately shot dead by the police. So the organisers of that event got what they wanted. They got to be able to say the narrative that their freedom of expression was being threatened by extremists. Whereas in actual fact, what they'd done is they'd caused the whole incident, virtually planned it to the letter. So it goes back to the old adage of, don't shout fire in a crowded theatre. You're free to do that, you're at liberty to do that, but there's a responsibility to that as well. I think politicians understand that if they're not in cartoons, they're probably actually doing something wrong. They're not making an impression on anybody. If you're not in cartoons, it's maybe an indication that your career isn't going very well, because a cartoonist wouldn't waste their time cartooning a politician that they didn't think a reader was going to recognise. So in a roundabout way, it's a compliment for a British politician to be in a cartoon or a caricature. It's definitely capable of crossing barriers, language barriers, literacy barriers. Again, part of cartoons' power, part of why dictators fear cartoons is because less educated, less literate people can understand their government or receive information about their government through a cartoon that they might not be able to receive from a written piece of prose. I would encourage people to be bold, to be brave, to be experimental, to embrace the social media and so on as a way of promoting themselves and reaching people, but not expecting it to pay the bills, not expecting it to be the basis of their career.